Welcome to Misericordia University. Thank you for allowing the DPT program to provide this video tour of our facilities to supplement the information included in our self-study report that was recently submitted for reaccreditation. Misericordia is located in Dallas, Pennsylvania. Dallas is located in northeast Pennsylvania, approximately 2.5 hours north of Philadelphia, near the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton area. Misericordia was founded in 1924 by the Religious Sisters of Mercy. The physical therapy program graduated its first MSPT class in 1996 and its first DPT class in 2013. Misericordia includes two campus areas. The upper campus, where all of the main campus facilities are located, included campus housing, campus administrative offices, the library, sports facilities, etc., and a lower campus, which is approximately half a mile down the road, where the DPT program, along with other health professions programs, are located. A campus shuttle runs continuously throughout the day from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. to connect the two campuses and allow easy transport for students and faculty. The main building on the lower campus is Passon Hall. Passon Hall is where physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy departments are located, including all faculty offices, classrooms, and laboratory spaces. Passon Hall also offers space for nursing and simulation labs, study, storage, and printing areas, and also a cafe for student and faculty use. You enter Passon Hall on the first floor. The lobby has a monitor to display campus information and announcements, and easy access to the elevator and stairs. We'll begin the tour on the third floor, which is the primary space for the physical therapy department. Just a brief overview of the third floor. As you can see on this picture, you enter the third floor by coming up the stairs or the elevator located on the left that are nearest the physical therapy lab spaces. As you extend down the third floor, the hallway on the left has all of the physical therapy offices. The hallway on the right has classroom space, restrooms, Dr. Barker's and the administrative assistant offices. When you get to the end of the hall, you have the nursing labs, the nursing simulation room, and also spaces for copying, printing, and faculty mailboxes. This picture here depicts, you see the arrows depict traffic patterns that were put in place for the COVID social distancing requirements. We enter the third floor from the stairs or the elevator with a small lobby that allows for student congregational studying in non-COVID times. The first hallway for the PT department has two faculty offices on the right, and on the left, the wall is used to display posters of student and faculty research that have been displayed at conferences or other venues. The PT Club uses the bulletin board at the end to display information and announcements for student and faculty information and to display some of their activities. The hallway then progresses down to have our two labs on the right and on the left. We'll start on the right with the ortho lab. You'll see there was initially a no access sign that has since been removed that was up for COVID purposes only. Passon 308 has approximately 1,100 square feet of space. The equipment is set up primarily for orthopedic skills and procedures. All the modalities are held here, including the freezer, the hydrocculator. There's storage for linens and supplies, the paraffin machine, two sinks for cleaning and cleaning supplies, wound care supplies. There's storage for all of our small electrical appliances and electrical equipment. In the front are the models that are used for display, as well as a podium and the computer monitor to project audio-visual for the students. Two screens on the right allow for student view. We use an Apple TV to project real-time performance of skills, as well as Blackboard Collaborate or Zoom to record and provide virtual access. The lab has 4 high-low treatment tables and 8 plinths that have removable mats to be able to use for treatment activities or writing. In the back is storage for wheelchairs, our traction table, shelving, and a closet that holds all of our larger electrical equipment modalities, as well as all of the assistive devices that we use for the various lab activities. So this is Passon 306, which is across the hall and has approximately 1,200 square feet of space. There are 10 plinths for note-taking, or have removable mats that can be used for treatment techniques, the podium and audio-visual system for student viewing of lecture or demonstration. There are 2 plinth high-low tables and 2 mat tables that are high-low tables. We have the practice stairs, the hospital bed, more storage for equipment and cleaning supplies with 2 sinks. The closet houses more wheelchairs, prosthetics and orthotics equipment, balance activity equipment, as well as pediatric assessment equipment and equipment that's used for our acute care and cardiovascular lab activities. Across the room, again, there are 2 high-low treatment tables and high-low mat tables, as well as 2 standard mat tables and 3 mat tables that are attached to the wall that can be pulled down for extra space. You'll see the balls and the wedges that are used for balance. Continue with lab space. At the end of the 3rd floor is the nursing labs that physical therapy uses pretty regularly each semester. There is space here for lecture activities and projection, audiovisual protection supplies. There are 7 hospital beds that are each set up and equipped with typical hospital equipment, bedside tables, oxygen, and other hospital supplies that we can simulate and utilize for acute care type experiences. Each hospital bed also has a mannequin that can be used for simulation. And we use this room for clinical skills courses, as well as cardiovascular and acute care courses, and we also use it for various IPE activities. The nursing sim lab is just outside of the nursing labs itself that offers a separate space with all set up to simulate an acute care experience with a 2-way mirror to allow students to be observed from the outside. So this is the hallway with all of the faculty offices. Each full-time faculty member has their own separate personal office space that is set up with desks and a computer. They look similar to this, where there's bookcases as well as a locked file cabinet and the ability to have private meetings with students and or staff or peers. There's space at the end of the hall for computer and printing material for faculty, student, or staff use, a microwave, a printer, staff mailboxes, as well as the stairs to head down. There's one extra office space that is used for supplies, and adjunct faculty member can use this space to meet with students privately if needed. There's locked cabinets for student files. Here is where our administrative assistant has her office, as well as Dr. Barker's office. Finally, on the 3rd floor is Passon 335, which is a classroom space that holds 45 students. It's used primarily by nursing, less often by PT, but does have all of this space and equipment needed for discussion and audiovisual presentations. We're going to skip the 2nd floor, which houses all of the labs and classroom and office spaces for the speech therapy department, and go down to the 1st floor, which has classroom space that's used by physical therapy, as well as storage space used by physical therapy, and the cafe, which is used for student and faculty meals and snacks. Passon 109 is a classroom that's often used by PT. It's currently set up for COVID and social distancing, but usually has tables and desks that will house 50 students with all of the, again, audiovisual and display materials that we need for classroom activities. The cafe is located just outside of Passon 109. which is open for breakfast and for lunch for students and for faculty, and also has snack and beverage machines and the microwave for after-hours use. This area is also used by the Writing Center and the library reference librarians, and they come over and they're available to students in their own space, usually during lunch hours, to provide assistance and support as needed. The Passon Annex is located just outside of Passon Hall in the parking lot that has room for our PT pro bono clinic. We also use laboratory space for classrooms and computer and printing facilities for students to use as needed. The space has approximately 1,000 square feet. Again, it's used for our pro bono clinic that treats adults and children who are uninsured or underinsured in our community. The pro bono clinic is student run and is incorporated into many courses as student service learning activities. There are 5 adjustable high-low tables, 1 low mat, hot and cold modality units, exercise equipment, and also multiple amounts of pediatric equipment that you can see here and is also located in the closet in the corner there. This facility or building is also used as extra lab space and small classroom space. Most often it's used in neuro labs or pediatric labs for its body weight supported treadmill training, group presentations, and things of that nature. There's a small waiting area that can be used for family members to wait while their family members are being treated or receive therapy, an office space for documentation, as well as private consultation areas and storage for supplies. So now we move to the upper campus, which again is about a half a mile up the street from Passon Hall and the main physical therapy areas. They say Misericordia starts at the Arch, and the Arch is the beginning to the entryway to our upper campus, which houses all of the main campus activities, again, student housing, all of the recreation activities, financial aid and administrative services, all of our counseling, health, and disability services are also located up here on the main campus. The main building accessed on main campus by PT is the science building. Our science building is currently under renovation, and we've not been able to get in to the old part of the building or the new part of the building in several months now. As you can see, the upper left picture is the old science building. It has since been added onto with significant amount of space and lab spaces for classrooms and labs activities or areas for all of the science majors on campus. That bottom right picture is a picture of the new science building with the addition to the left. The old building part is to the right, and again, that's currently closed because now they're finishing the new part of the science building and renovating the old part of the science building. Henry Science Room 115 is where our gross anatomy lab is located. It now has keycard entrance for faculty use. As you enter the vestibule, there are sinks and cleaning supplies, as well as a observation area for faculty. In the main lab, there is space for 8 cadavers. Each cadaver station has an individual audiovisual monitor for students to be able to display resource materials while they're working. In the center, there is a display table that has associated with a camera, so the faculty can project demonstrations to each cadaver workstation. On the right, there is a prep room for faculty or student use. As you initially entered, there were also locker room spaces to allow students to store their supplies and things as needed as they enter the lab. This is the main area of upper campus that has the library on the left and student classroom buildings located on the right. The library has all of our books and journals, as well as meeting rooms, 2 computer rooms for student or faculty use, printing equipment for student use, as well as individual and group study spaces, and also houses all of our librarians. The library is open 7 days a week, most days from 8 a.m. until midnight for faculty, staff, and student use. The library encompasses about 37,000 square feet of space. with for PT use, there are approximately 238 volumes dedicated to PT resources, as well as 73 physical therapy journals that are either in electronic and or print copies. The library also offers laptop computers and iPads to be borrowed by students or faculty to be used either in the library or outside of the library. There's a computer room, as you can see there on the left, and the rest of the first floor is primarily used for study space, for group and or individual study activities, and you can see as of now it's been modified a bit for some of the COVID social distancing requirements. On the second floor of the library are a great number of books and reference materials, as well as more study spaces that can be used. There are, on the left, there are offices for the librarians, including the reference librarian that is dedicated to physical therapy and is often used as an embedded librarian within many of the research type courses. There are rooms that can be rented out, or I'm sorry, reserved for individual or group study spaces that have audiovisual connectivity for students to be able to display and study together in private, quiet areas. There is another computer lab that can be used, again, by students, faculty, or staff that is connected to printers, so students can print here as needed. And finally, the third floor of the library has, again, more study spaces, more books, more reference materials, and journals. And then in the back here on the right-hand side is a large meeting room space that is also used for classroom space to house approximately 40 students as needed, as well as some more individual private areas that can be used for group or individual study. Continuing on upper campus, we come to Anderson Center, which is the primary recreation area that's used by students, faculty, and staff. It houses the indoor track, gym areas, as well as the fitness center, a yoga center, and there's classroom space that's used by many departments. This is the main lobby area. There's a pool down on the right. Here is the gym area with the indoor track that is used for exercise, but also physical therapy has used that space for lab activities. Here's the fitness center, again used by PT or students, faculty, and staff. And again, therapy has used this within physiology and other courses for laboratory activities and laboratory spaces. The last main area on upper campus that's used by students is the Bank Student Life Center, and this building houses many of the eating facilities for the students, the cafeteria, the Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, as well as some other campus offices. This is a picture of the lawns outside of the Student Bank Center that has areas for students to meet and eat outside as the weather permits. Inside, again, are more areas for students to relax. That's the cafeteria there in front, where it's the main cafeteria for campus use. On the left is the space or the the areas where the Chick-fil-A is located, as well as a chopping block, which is a salad eatery for students and faculty and staff to use. In this building is also the post office, the bookstore, and campus ministry department. We would like to thank you for allowing us to provide you this, albeit abbreviated, tour of our campus facilities and the main campus facilities that's utilized by our Doctor of Physical Therapy program. As a department, we would like to say that we're grateful that we were able to perform our CAPD visit and submit all information in the virtual format. We look forward to your visit to complete the process of our CAPD reaccreditation process. And if you have any questions or concerns or would like to see any more of our facilities that were not demonstrated here in this video, please don't hesitate to reach out to any of us here at the department. Thank you very much again for your time and for assisting us in this process.